Society has always been fascinated with genius. We celebrate brilliant minds as if they possess a kind of intellectual superpower. Names like Albert Einstein or Nikola Tesla are often treated almost like legends, symbols of pure intelligence and limitless potential. Because of this, many people assume that having an exceptionally high IQ is like winning a kind of genetic lottery. If your mind is powerful enough, the thinking goes, life should become easier. Success should come naturally. Problems should feel smaller. But the psychological reality is far more complicated. Having an extremely high IQ is not simply about being smarter than others. It often means experiencing the world through a completely different cognitive lens. A highly gifted mind processes information faster, detects patterns more intensely, and constantly searches for deeper explanations behind ordinary events. In many ways, it operates like a high-performance engine, capable of incredible insight, but also prone to overheating. Because of this heightened mental activity, everyday life can become surprisingly exhausting. Simple decisions can turn into complex analyses. Ordinary conversations can feel strangely shallow. And the same mind that can solve extraordinary problems can also become trapped in endless cycles of reflection and doubt. In other words, extreme intelligence is not just a gift. It is also a unique psychological burden. To understand why, we need to explore the unusual patterns of thinking and behavior that often accompany exceptionally high IQ.
We chase genius relentlessly. But what does it even mean when everyone is brilliant? The pressure is over.
He shoots, he scores, and they take the lead.
Yes.
For most people, everyday decisions follow a relatively simple path. You look at a few obvious options, weigh the pros and cons, and make a choice. The brain filters information quickly so that life can move forward without constant hesitation. But for someone with an extremely high IQ, the cognitive process often looks very different. Highly intelligent minds are wired for intense pattern recognition. They instinctively search for hidden variables, long-term consequences, and connections that most people never notice. What seems like a simple choice on the surface can quickly unfold into a complex web of possibilities inside their mind. Imagine something as ordinary as buying a laptop. While most people might compare price and a few basic features, a high IQ thinker may begin analyzing manufacturing quality, long-term performance, energy efficiency, software ecosystems, resale value, and even the psychology behind the company's marketing strategy. Their brain doesn't just look at the problem, it dissects it from every possible angle.
This is it.
This ability is incredibly powerful in fields like science, engineering, and strategy. It allows gifted individuals to solve complex problems and foresee outcomes others might miss. But in everyday life, the same strength can become a mental trap. Because their brain is capable of processing so many variables, it often feels compelled to do so constantly. Decisions that should take seconds can expand into prolonged internal debates. Psychologists sometimes refer to this as analysis paralysis, the point where too much thinking actually prevents action. Over time, this constant mental simulation can create decision fatigue and chronic overthinking. The mind keeps running calculations long after the problem should have been solved. Ironically, the very cognitive engine that gives highly intelligent people their greatest advantage can also make even the smallest decisions feel unexpectedly heavy. Human beings are naturally social. Much of our bonding happens through shared experiences, casual conversations, small jokes, and everyday topics like work, entertainment, or daily frustrations. These simple interactions help people feel connected and understood. But for individuals with extremely high IQ, social life can sometimes feel surprisingly difficult. Highly intelligent minds often crave depth in conversation. They are naturally drawn to complex ideas, abstract questions, and discussions that explore the underlying mechanisms of how the world works. Topics like philosophy, psychology, technology, or the future of society feel stimulating to them because their minds are constantly searching for meaning and patterns. The problem is that most everyday conversations do not operate at that level. Small talk, discussing the weather, celebrity news, or routine daily complaints can feel painfully slow or intellectually empty to someone whose brain is wired for deeper analysis. As a result, highly intelligent individuals may struggle to engage naturally in these interactions. To others, this can sometimes come across as aloofness, arrogance, or social awkwardness. But the reality is often the opposite. Many gifted individuals deeply enjoy meaningful connection. The challenge is that finding someone who thinks on a similar cognitive wavelength is statistically rare. Psychologists sometimes describe this experience as the relatability gap. Over time, this gap can lead to a form of intellectual loneliness. Some highly intelligent people begin to withdraw socially, not because they dislike people, but because constantly adjusting their thinking style to fit typical conversations becomes mentally exhausting. In many cases, they are not trying to distance themselves from others. They are simply searching for someone who truly understands the way their mind works. When a mind processes information at an unusually intense level, it often develops habits that seem strange to others. These behaviors are not random quirks. They are adaptations to a brain that is constantly active, constantly searching, and constantly analyzing. One common pattern is the night owl tendency. Many highly intelligent people find themselves thinking most clearly late at night. During the day, the world is filled with noise, emails, conversations, notifications, and countless small distractions. For a brain that naturally absorbs and analyzes every piece of incoming information, this can become overwhelming. Nighttime, however, offers something rare: silence. With fewer external interruptions, the mind finally has the freedom to explore ideas without constant disruption. Another habit is what psychologists sometimes describe as the rabbit hole effect. Highly intelligent individuals often develop sudden and intense bursts of curiosity. A single question can trigger hours or even days of deep research. They might dive into subjects like ancient civilizations, artificial intelligence, astrophysics, or obscure historical events with remarkable focus. During these periods, they absorb information rapidly and build complex mental models of the topic. But once the pattern is understood, something interesting happens. The excitement fades. The brain quickly moves on, searching for the next intellectual puzzle. This cycle can leave behind a trail of half-finished projects, abandoned hobbies, and scattered interests. To others, it may look inconsistent or unfocused. In reality, it reflects a mind that is constantly seeking novelty, complexity, and the thrill of discovering how things truly work. While high intelligence brings remarkable cognitive abilities, it can also carry a set of psychological challenges that are rarely discussed. In many ways, the same mental depth that allows a person to see extraordinary possibilities also exposes them to deeper emotional and existential questions. One of the most significant struggles is existential depression. Highly intelligent individuals often begin asking profound questions much earlier than others. Instead of focusing only on everyday goals, their minds naturally drift toward larger ideas: the meaning of life, the nature of consciousness, the future of humanity, or the inevitability of death. Philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche and Albert Camus spent entire lifetimes wrestling with these questions. For many gifted individuals, these thoughts appear much earlier in life, sometimes before they have developed the emotional tools to cope with them. Another common experience is imposter syndrome, often described as the inverse of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Because highly intelligent people understand the immense complexity of the world, they are constantly aware of how much they still do not know. This awareness can lead them to underestimate their own abilities. Even when they achieve significant success, they may quietly fear that they are not truly as capable as others believe. Alongside this comes a strong tendency toward perfectionism. High IQ individuals often hold themselves to extremely high standards. They can easily imagine the ideal version of a project, a career, or even themselves. But when reality falls short of that vision, the gap can feel frustratingly large. Over time, this combination of deep awareness, self-doubt, and perfectionism can create periods of anxiety, burnout, or emotional exhaustion, an often invisible weight carried by a highly gifted mind.
When we look at the legacies of Einstein and Tesla, we see the power of imagination applied to the fundamental.
Fantastic work on the presentation. We couldn't have done it without.
Having an exceptionally high IQ is not simply a talent, it is a different way of experiencing the world. A highly intelligent mind can detect patterns others overlook, explore ideas with unusual depth, and generate insights that push human knowledge forward. Many of history's breakthroughs began in minds that saw reality from a different angle. But intelligence alone does not guarantee an easy life. The same mind capable of brilliant ideas can also struggle with overthinking, isolation, and the heavy weight of existential questions. Learning to live with such a mind often means finding balance, seeking environments that stimulate curiosity, while also allowing space for rest and emotional grounding. And perhaps most importantly, understanding that thinking differently does not mean something is wrong with you. If any of these traits resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. And if you enjoy exploring the deeper side of psychology and human behavior, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.